Over 1 million people visit the Iowa State Fair each year. But Cedar Rapids resident Rick Stewart isn't at this year's event to see the life-size cow made of butter. He's here to perform a civic duty.
It's a chance to see all the candidates for president, and I feel it's a personal obligation as an Iowan to go and do my homework because the rest of the country is relying on us to caucus intelligently next January.
Incumbent President Joe Biden is the likely nominee for Democrats in the 2024 presidential election, and polling shows former President Donald Trump leads the Republican side.
I'll be honest, I'm a Trump supporter, but I want to hear what the other people have to say.
Iowa voter Celia Criswell had a choice location in the front row at the Des Moines Register's political soapbox stage.
We've given them $100 billion.
Which gives candidates like Miami Mayor Francis Suarez
So what I'm going to do,
and businessman Perry Johnson, both significantly trailing Trump in polling, a chance to make their campaign pitches.
I want to hear what other people have to say and see if they're good candidates. And maybe in 2028, some of these people would be good for the presidency, and maybe they're good for a vice president right now.
Trump has visited Iowa fewer times than others seeking the nomination, yet still enjoys strong support among Republican voters. While most candidates appeared at the soapbox or attended Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds' Fairside Chats, Trump declined, preferring to visit the fair for a few hours on Saturday to walk among cheering crowds. Terry Rumpf traveled from Indiana, specifically looking for an alternative to Trump.
The comparisons with Biden in terms of age is not a good thing. Plus, he's got so much baggage. I don't want all the, riots in the streets for 4 more years.
Stewart, meanwhile, has doubts about Trump being able to defeat Biden.
That's the goal. We want to win the general election. The best candidate that has a chance of doing that should be our nominee.
And is Trump that candidate?
I do not believe he is.
University of Iowa political science professor Tim Hagel says Stewart is not alone in his doubts.
Quite frankly, that seems to be the attitude of a number of Republicans, but not enough at this point to basically shift the momentum to some of the other candidates.
Hagel says doing well in Iowa's caucus is critical for those hoping to overtake Trump for the nomination, like Florida Governor Ron DeSantis.
DeSantis really has to do well in Iowa, at least a very strong second for him to have any viability going forward. But for Trump, if he wins, and especially if he wins big in Iowa, then yeah, probably this time around it portend that he's going to get the nomination.
Stewart says he's not ready to settle on a candidate.
I believe that every Republican candidate that I've seen so far could beat Biden, and that would be good for me. But I'm not going to pick a favorite until I've seen them all.
Voters cast ballots in the Iowa caucus on January 15th. Kane, Farabaugh, VOA News, Des Moines, Iowa.